Hello everyone, my name is Chris. I am the chairperson of local missions for Victory Church of God of Fredericksburg, Virginia. This year our church will be hosting Praise Fest 2023 with the theme of To the One. And part of the event is adopting a local charitable organization, fulfilling the mission of the church and reaching the poor and needy and bringing them back to the love of God. We have chosen the Lois and Hope House of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Come and join me to learn more about the Hope House. Hello.
Hi,
My name's Chris.
Fans Hope House.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, Chris. Come on in.
So we contacted you about helping through our Praise Fest this year.
We're so excited.
And we will be reaching out to other churches and trying to get the word out there. Is there any way we can get a tour of some of your facility? We understand and don't want to intrude on privacy. So whatever you can help us with, that would be great.
Sure. Welcome to Hope House. Come on in. When you come in, you will be greeted by the fabulous Candace, who is our shelter operations manager, and also our point of contact for any volunteers. So if you have any projects or anything, this is your go-to person.
Awesome.
This is our 902 house. So this is actually the inception of Hope House in its entirety. And we've expanded a lot since then. We have 5 shelter homes, but this is kind of where the magic all started to begin with.
The hub.
Yes, exactly. So in this home, we have 5 families currently. And so you can see we have different shared areas. My favorite thing about our shelter program is we are actual homes in the heart of downtown that have been converted into shelters.
It looks like a home to me.
Exactly. And so we have to take care of it like a home. And so all of our residents put in a lot of hard work and do different duties around the house to make sure that we keep it looking great. But you can see each family, when they come in, they are assigned a fridge, and they are also assigned a pantry in here. And so when families come in, they get their fridge, they get their own set of dishes and all of that good stuff to get them set up and squared away. We also have our rapid rehousing and shelter program manager, Melissa. So she works with all the families that are in our shelter and when they transition into permanent housing.
My name's Chris.
Hi,
I'm with Victory Church of God.
Oh, wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Yes.
As well.
So Melissa does a lot for our shelter. Do you want to just do a little overview of what happens when families move in?
Sure. So when families move in, we do an intake with them. We let them know everything that they're going to be doing. We let them do a tour of the shelter. We do a full intake with them. We go through a whole packet. We let them know what the goals are. We also give them a self intake so that they can do their own goals. So it's a whole process. We move them in. We give them a tour. We get them all set up. We want to make sure that they are all set. We give them everything that they need for stability here. We get them set up with resources for the community. So it's a pretty good program.
Bless your heart.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So if you come in here, you will see this is another one of our common areas. So in each home, we have a toy chest, we have a small library, and this is just really an area where families can eat dinner together, they can fellowship. We do a lot of different workshops and programs. You'll see we have some of the stuff that we do up on our boards in each of the homes. So we have tutoring that comes in, we have different community supports that come in. Just started getting therapy dogs in here, so the whole team was really jazzed about that, but we've got lots that goes on. And if you actually look outside here, you will see we have a playground back here. You get a little bit of a better glimpse of our campus. This is another one of our homes back there, but we do have a playground and we offer bikes to the children that are usually donated to us. So we've got a lot going on and a lot of great things and resources for our families to use. Awesome, so we are in our client services area, but we are fortunate enough that we have several of our team members down here this morning. We have Kristen, who is our child services coordinator. June is our data guru and runs all of our awesome numbers for us. Kevin, she is our prevention housing counselor. And Jessica works with our shelter clients and our rapid rehousing folks. Tiffany does our housing location, so she works with lots of different landlords in the area. And then Linnea does the diversion program at Lois Ann's Hope House. So we have an awesome team of individuals that are working to make the community a better place. So in traditional nonprofit setting, we are often very strapped for space, and so we are constantly finding ways to utilize all of the space in our areas for all of the items that we need. So you'll see down here, this is just one of the storage areas that we have where we keep a lot of our donations. So we have all sorts of school supplies and things over here. We have toiletries and cleaning supplies. In addition, we also provide a food pantry to all of the folks that are served through our program. So that includes, in each of our homes, we have a community food pantry that anyone can pull from. But we also work with a lot of people who might be staying in hotels. They might be doubled up. So we can bring food to those families as well.
That's a question I was going to ask is, with your food pantry system, is it just people in your system that you help, or would you help other people in the community that's, say, waiting or in a tough place?
Absolutely. So we prioritize the folks that are served in our programs, but we have had people that stop at our door, and if they need food, we're not going to turn them away. So we can definitely assist as needs arise.
Hello, Miss Kate.
Hey Chris, thanks for having me today.
How are you today?
I am doing great, and I'm excited to talk about Lois Ann's Hope House.
Is there more information you can give us?
I can give you lots of information. So,
Awesome.
Lois Ann's. Hi, my name is Kate Woodward, and I am the director of Lois Ann's Hope House. And I'm so excited to be here today with Victory Church of the God. Lois Ann's Hope House opened their doors in 1987 in this home that we are sitting in today, and we have expanded really significantly ever since. So we now have 5 shelter homes on our campus that can serve up to 19 families experiencing homelessness, and we coordinate 7 programs for the region. So that includes Fredericksburg City, Spotsylvania, Stafford, Caroline, and King George counties. We have the Homelessness Helpline, which is our one-stop shop for anyone in the area that's experiencing any kind of housing crisis to be screened for different services. And we've also made a really dedicated effort for prevention so that we can prevent families from experiencing homelessness altogether.
Thank you, Miss Kate. I'd like to ask, if I could, the mission and vision that this place has. What do you have for this place?
Sure, that's a great question. So our mission is to break the cycle of homelessness one family at a time, and our vision is no family homeless. So our goal is ultimately to work ourselves out of a job and to solve homelessness.
That's awesome. Currently, how many people are being housed here, and can you give us numbers from year to date?
Yeah, so right now we have 22 children that are served through our shelter and 16 families that are staying here actively. And those child ages range from a newborn we had maybe a week ago to 17 years old. So we are busy and we are buzzing here at Hope House. This year, since July, we've actually had 50 families through all of our programs that have transitioned onto permanent housing, which is the most rewarding part of our job and the most challenging because housing is expensive right now and it's hard to find it. So we work with folks really consciously to connect them with that. For some context, our helpline actually receives about 1,100 calls a month from people that are seeking assistance. And the majority of those folks are asking for rent assistance. So the need is increasing, which is why partnerships like this are just really helpful and beneficial to our agency. But since July this year, we've served over 200 children, and we are hoping to just keep expanding our reach.
Let me ask you a question. In your opinion, do you think it would be more beneficial if people had a way to stay in the house they're in instead of having to be made to leave the house, and if it was made possible in that way?
Absolutely, and that's a lot of what our prevention program focuses on, because That transition can be traumatic, and it's really challenging for both adults and children, and our goal is to minimize that as much as possible, and make sure that children do have healthy, stable, and safe environments. So we do everything we can to try to prevent people from leaving their housing and keep them put where they're at, but also provide that wraparound support so that they can be stable.
Amen. So, Ms. Kate, are you able to share some of the intake process with us?
Yeah, sure. So for every family that comes into Lois Ann's Hope House, they go through that homelessness helpline. That screens them for all of the services in the region to see if they qualify for shelter. But the shelters receive a referral, Hope House receives a referral from that coordinated assessment line, and brings in folks when availability is possible. So when a family comes into Hope House, we try to make it as welcoming of an environment as we can. So little touches, we make sure that we have new bedding, new pillows, all of those things which our community is great about donating to us, because we want to make sure that each family has entirely new bedding. We set up toiletries in each of the rooms for all of the family members, and we also put toys that are age appropriate for each of the kids. So we want to make sure that they feel welcomed and that they have those basic things, because they're here to focus on their long-term goals, which is housing. And so once they're enrolled into our program and they go through an intake with us, they meet with a case manager and go through all of our paperwork and everything to get enrolled in the program. And at that point, they're establishing a case plan and goals. So your goals are, anything. It could be, I want to get into housing. I want to, have this much in my savings account in 3 months. I want to work towards furthering my education. You're assigned a case manager here that is going to help you to work on those things. So one thing that people may not know about us, a lot of times they think if a family is staying at our shelter, do they have to switch schools? What happens with the kids? But we actually work with each of the individual school systems in our county to make sure that there is no disruption of a child's learning experience. So with that partnership, the schools actually coordinate transportation. Kids can be picked up right here at Hope House, and they make sure that they're able to maintain at their school that they're currently at for the rest of the school year. So you'll notice a lot of people have driven by here and they don't even know that we're here, and that is intentional. We want to make sure that we maintain privacy and confidentiality for the folks that are utilizing our services.
After the process and they're able to get back on their feet and back in society the way that they are comfortable, is there continuous forms of assistance, whether it be them calling and being able to talk to counselors or?
Right, yes, that's a great question. So our average length of stay for the families in our shelter is usually around 3 months. And then our goal is to have them transition into permanent housing. And that looks a little bit different for everyone, but that is our ultimate goal and the most rewarding thing about what we do. So far, since July, we've had 50 families that have made that transition, but it is not that they move in and we're good, they're good to go. That's never how it works. We know that we have to do continual assistance and case management support to make sure that that family ultimately stabilizes and is self-sufficient. So once they move into housing, they are still meeting with a housing counselor on a monthly basis. It's different for every family for how long that process is, but usually for at least the next 3 to 6 months, they're still working with a case manager until that family feels confident in their skills and their ability to move forward.
And now, what happens if someone reaches or gets a hold of you guys and you're full?
That's a great question, and that's a tough question. So the demand for services is greater than it ever has been, and a lot of that is the economic after effect of COVID-19, which hit everyone alike, and the populations we serve, it hit them pretty significantly as well. So when they go through our homelessness helpline, we are also referring them to all of our awesome community partners. So there may be other resources that we can connect them to help them stabilize. But for everyone that is waiting to enter into a shelter program, we actually developed, because we saw that this was a need, what we call our diversion program. What that means is for the families that are seeking assistance and waiting, we're having somebody that's following up with them on a monthly basis to just see if there's anything else that we can connect them with. Sometimes we've had families that are waiting for shelter that say, well, I found a house, but can't get into it, I don't have the down payment, or I don't have, the security deposit. That allows us to try to connect them with the right resources to get them into housing, which is ultimately our goal, before they even hit our doorstep.
So what if the people are homeless, but they still have employment?
That's a great question. So we operate on what we call a low barrier shelter. So what that means is the only thing to qualify for our shelter program is that you are experiencing homelessness. So that could be somebody who's sleeping in their cars or sleeping outside. Family homelessness specifically is not always as visible. We've had families staying in storage containers. We've had them sleeping in church basements because families are often really scared when they're in the car with their children. So to qualify for our program, you can be working. If you are experiencing homelessness, you will qualify, and we only accept in our shelter families with minor children. So family looks different for everyone. A lot of people think we're just women and children, but we are not. We accept families however they present. So we have a lot of single dads, we have multi-generational homes, we have grandparent-headed households, but we will take a family however they present.
Other than what we're doing through Praise Fest this year and sponsoring Hope House, is there other ways that people can reach out if they want to help?
Yes, there are several ways that you can support our agency and our mission. You can visit our website at loisannshophouse.org, but we are constantly in need of donations of bedding, of cleaning supplies, of toiletries, paper towels, and toilet paper. Think about all of the things that you need at your house. Those are all of the things that we need for our families to run our shelter program. We also have what we call the Home Sweet Home Initiative. So for our families that are moving into housing, we accept donations for things like small kitchen appliances, pots and pans, dish sets, cutlery, all of that stuff, so that we have a care package and something that we can give them when they move in to help them get started in their housing. And the need is growing more than ever, so we are constantly always in need of any kind of donation or generosity that our community can present us with.
And I mentioned that you have multiple facilities.
Yes.
Now, if somebody in King George wanted to donate something, would they have to donate it at this place, or would you guys refer them to the nearest place? How would that work? Does everything go through a central place and then be distributed where it's needed?
Correct, yes. So this is like our hub on Hope House. So we've kind of taken over the block on Lafayette right here, and we have a full campus now. So for any donations, it's great if they're able to drop them off here at our facility. It's at 902 Lafayette Boulevard, or we can also schedule pickups. So please give us a call. It's 540-371-0831. And you can ask to speak with anyone on site about what donations we're in need of. And if you're also interested in volunteering, we have several different opportunities and great opportunities for youth groups or church groups or anyone that might want to take on a project and help us out around the campus here.
So how would people go about donating or finding out how to donate?
Yes, that's a great question. So please feel free to visit our website at loisannshophouse.org. There are several different ways that you can donate. If you have questions about what items we're taking or what you want to drop off, you can reach us at our phone number, which is 540-371-0831, or you can email us at info@loisannshophouse.org. Additionally, please feel free to come visit us. We would love to see you. We are located at 902 Lafayette Boulevard, right in the heart of downtown Fredericksburg.